Thank you so much, Dr. STacia, for allowing me to be on your platform. I have coached with Dr. STacia in everything that she's ever done. I have been in all of her coaching programs, all of her courses, and everything. And every year, it's just elevated me more and more to the next level. Last year, I was able to get in 24K, and I was like, I have reached the pinnacle. I am here. I got this. This is the best. And then she came up with Women in Wealth. And then I was like, what could she possibly teach me in Women in Wealth that I'm not getting in this 24K? You have absolutely no idea. Women in Wealth is a totally different animal. I mean, she took literally us from the inside and changed us outward. So now, not only am I making money in my business, my newlywed husband and I are very happy because of Women in Wealth. She's changed me physically, like Gladys was saying. She's changed the way I think, my mind, my money, my bank accounts, my home, my everything. Everything has changed because of 24K plus the bonus of Women in Wealth. So what I learned in, what I manifested out of Women in Wealth was, anytime you're in any type of program with Dr. STacia, the first thing she's gonna tell you is clean up your house. So you clean up your house and you take fast action. So the first part of Women in Wealth, she was like, clear out the clutter, clear out your space, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, we always do that, Mom. She was like, but some just told me do it and do it now. So I got up one morning, I started cleaning out my nightstand drawer. My nightstand drawer is a hot mess. So some just told me, just go in there. I prayed that morning. I was like, what do I need to do? It's like, you need to clean out your nightstand. So I was like, okay. So I got up, started cleaning out my nightstand, going through all these papers, throwing stuff away that I had. And I had these envelopes of mail. You know, you got mail that's packed up, it looked like junk, but you never opened it, and I never paid any attention to it. So some just told me, just open them before you just throw them in the garbage. So I started opening it up, checks. I found one check for $3,843. This check was about to expire in 2 days.
In 2 days. 2 days.
The next check I found was like for $1,240-something. That check was about to expire in 1 day.
In 1 day.
I was on my phone like click, click with the bank, click, click, flip, chick. I was like, it was almost $5,000 that I found just in my nightstand drawer just by going through the process for the Women in Wealth, cleaning up the clutter.
Wow.
Something that I didn't think that I needed to do, but I did.
Awesome.
The second thing, one of the things I manifested prior to Women in Wealth, I'll back up. This is this beautiful journal right here. Listen.
I know that's right. Tell that.
Listen, I've been journaling since I was 7 years old, and there's nothing I've manifested like I've manifested from this doggone journal right here. I was recently divorced, like maybe 3 years ago or whatever, and I said that I did not want to, I love being married. So I don't like being single. I don't want to be single and ready to mingle. That's not me. I want to be married and happy. So I wrote in my journal that I wanted a husband who loved God, who loved my church, who loved my pastors, and loved me and my son, and he wanted to be an entrepreneur spirit like myself, because I didn't have that in my last marriage. So I wrote all that down in my journal, and I had a list, and I confessed over it every single day. This is what I want, and I want to be married fast. I don't want to wait 5 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever. So I wanted to be married fast. I met my husband, and he was every day we talked. I'm checking off stuff on my list. Yep, he got that. Yep. He's 6'2". Yep, yep. Oh, he fine. Yep, yep. I called him in the morning. He said, babe, let me call you back. I'm in the car praying. I'll call you, and I'm like, oh, he loved Jesus. Okay, yep, I got that. And then what else? Oh, he was like, yeah, I wanted to start this business, but I don't know how to start. Ooh. He want to start a business. So I'm like checking off all the stuff off my list, still a little scared because I'm like, this is like a Ouija board. I'm like, so everything is like coming to pass. I'm like,
not a Ouija board.
Not a Ouija board. It's This is Holy Ghost. So I'm like, let me start writing. Let me be more specific about the things that I wanted. And so I started saying how I wanted to be treated and things of that sort. And he opened doors. He does that. He still does that to this day. So fast forward, I started bringing him. He started coming to my church. And he fell in love with my pastors immediately. My pastors fell in love with him immediately. I was like, this is of God. Mm-hmm. Within 7 months, we were married. Within 7 months, we were married. And I am the happiest. I think my smile goes from here to here every single day when I wake up, because I'm so blessed to have him. But so that is my confess about the Success Journal. So back to the Women in Wealth Club. What, like Gladys was saying, the celebrity specialist that Dr. STacia had brought into the group, it literally changed me on the inside out. I had lost my parents last year, was going through a lot, both of them within 2 months of each other. And I was going through a lot, and I went, and I was just tired and sleepy and didn't want to get up. Like the moment I could sleep for 8 hours and then wake up, and within an hour, I'm ready to go back to sleep again for 8 more hours. So I go to the doctor, and they're like, well, you're depressed, and you're getting older, and blah, 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 blah. I was like, that is some bull. That is not my life. I'm not gonna accept that as my it, but I didn't know what else to do. I was literally like sleeping on my feet. Like I had all these businesses that I wanted to accomplish and things that I wanted to get done, but I couldn't get them done because I was always tired. I always had to take a nap. I always had to do that, and that was not me. If you know me, if anyone here knows who I am, I can do 10 things at one time with my eyes closed, hand behind my back, with no shoes on. Okay, or with 5-inch stilettos on. So I was like, something has to change. Dr. STacia had this specialist come on, and I said, let me just find out. We did some tests, and they came back, and the first thing he said to me was, you must be tired all the time. And we haven't even spoken. He just looked at my labs. We never even spoken. He was like, you must be tired all the time. He said, how do you get anything accomplished? I was like, I don't. Fix me. And so he gave me natural supplements to take over a course of 10 weeks. And all this energy is back because I did everything he told me to do. And I have not felt this good in 2 years. Yeah. It is literally has changed my life, and there was no way on God's earth I would have met this man, stumbled across this man, or anything if it wasn't for Dr. STacia and the Women in Wealth Club. No way. There's no way. There's no way. This is something else that I manifested just this week, and I hadn't even had a chance to tell you about it because I know you were preparing for the conference and I didn't want to disturb you. But one of the things that she taught us in one of the sessions was having a side hustle. You may have your main business or whatever, but sometimes you need a side hustle. Sometimes your main business, you go through those slow periods, or those low periods where you're not making the money like you always do. So I started this side hustle. So on this side hustle that I do, I work like 2-3 times a week for 4 hours a day. And so during this side hustle, I met this older man and his wife. And he was coming and he was talking to me or whatever, and it was in this community, this really nice community division. And we were talking or whatever, and he was like, yeah, he was telling me that he owns like 3 or 4 properties within this community. And I was like, oh my God, that's awesome. I said, what are you doing with those? You're leasing them out? He's like, nope, I don't even lease them out. He's like, I'm just holding on to them because I know they're going to be worth more later. And I was like, you need to just let me have one of those. I said, because I'm looking for a place to stay right now. He was like, in about 2 years, he said, I'm going to just give it to you like that. Ooh. So I was like, we started laughing. That was it. Today is Saturday. So Wednesday, he comes back to where I'm at, and he walked straight to me. He said, if you can pay X amount of dollars for 12 months to stay in this place, I'm going to give you all that money back, and you're going to use it for a down payment to buy this place, and then it's yours after that.
Wow. Wow. That's major. Wow. Wow.
He said, if you want to keep it, you can keep it. If you want to sell it, you want to sell it. He said, but the property is worth $285,000.
Wow.
It's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 2-car garage. It is in the most beautiful community you've ever seen, and I cannot stop shaking.
Wow.
And
That
so
is
he was like,
amazing.
we're going to drop a contract, whatever you wanted to say, we're going to make it say it. We're going to have it notarized and everything. He said, when do you have to move out of your other place? I said, not until next month. He said, well, just here, here's the keys. You can just start moving in whenever you want.
Wow. You better move in. You better move in. That is amazing. Wow. Now that is awesome, because I don't want to get all super deep, but I just want you all to understand something, especially those of you that are in Women in Wealth already, and what is happening and what I said was going to happen in 2020. But this is, some of y'all already know where I'm going with this, because you know, this is number 2. Because this is 2 weeks ago in Women in Wealth, one of our, is STacia here? Okay, so this is real, because she's sitting right here. So STacia, wave your hands so they can see you, so they know what I'm about to say is real. STacia's in Women in Wealth. Is Francesca here? Okay, she's not here. She's in Women in Wealth. All right, so they're both in my Women in Wealth Club. Francesca's in Women in Wealth Club, learning all the principles in Women in Wealth, and looking for a new house. We're talking about credit, repairing your credit. So she starts working on repairing her credit, changing her credit, trying to get everything turned over. And it takes a little bit to get her score up. So her score is going up, 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 up. So anyway, she's like, what do I need to do? And so Francesca, I said, you know what? You need to just give. You need to just get, you need to just sow. You need to give, because you need a breakthrough. So she sows a huge seed. She gives. And she decides that I'm going to just give, because I need a breakthrough for my house, because I don't have time to wait for everything just to change around. So STacia has a beautiful home, and she's moving out of town, and she's getting ready to go into another whole state to start. She's a very successful business owner. She's in Women in Wealth Club and in my coaching program. Super successful, been successful for years at what she does. She's getting ready to move her beautiful young boys and her husband to another state and start a whole nother business. So they're both in Women in Wealth Club. We're talking about giving and gratitude and all this stuff. STacia is talking to Francesca one day, and she says, I'm about to move, and you know, I got my house and such and such and such. Francesca says, what are you getting ready to do with your house? Thinking, well, maybe I could, you know, get some inquiry about it or whatever. And STacia says, you know what? It just came to me. I don't know why you asked me that, but I'm going to give you my house, because I'm getting ready to leave, and you don't have to have a credit check. Not knowing that Francesca is going through trying to get this stuff done, and a credit check. She just said, something just told me to tell you to give you my house, because I'm moving anyway. Wow. That's pretty major. And I'm not, this is with a pool in the back. And then she says, I'm not taking the furniture. So.
Mine's is fully furnished,
and
too.
it's worth $250,000, so. So I put in our Women in Wealth private thing, I was like, hey, there's something happening here. It pays to be connected. I was like, good thing y'all are in this Women in Wealth Club. I said, this is amazing, because look at what's happening. I said, this giving, this gratitude, this all this. I said, my goodness, you're looking for a house. Somebody else in the Women in Wealth is wealthy enough, they have a house. I said, and they're saying, okay, you don't have to go through all the credit checks. You don't have to do all this stuff. You can just go ahead, move in. You can have this house while I go and move to another state. To me, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. And now you're like walking into that same situation. It's like those are the things that are happening in women, not that the guys not in Women in Wealth, but I'm just saying that I think even the mentality, for you to even ask him that, I'm sure that came from Women in Wealth. Because I know you all have a new boldness. You ask for things because you learn how to network, how to ask, and you never would have even thought that things like that were possible before Women in Wealth and that people would really do that. Awesome.